Friends, flipping has made me a lot of money, but it pales in comparison to what it has done for my good friend Jerry Norton. So I've got him as a guest today. We're talking about how you enter the market and get into real estate flipping. So today we're going to cover real estate flipping 101.
All right, welcome guys, and I'm here with Kris, and we are going to talk about Real Estate Flipping 101, how to get started in real estate flipping. If you're excited about learning how to make money like right now, not a long-term strategy, but a short-term strategy, then that's what we're going to be talking about today.
And real quick, pros and cons. I mean, obviously the pro is if I can flip a deal, I can make a pile of money. And frankly, a lot of people get driven into the game of real estate for the money. And there can be a con to that. And the con is that sometimes the people that are looking for the quick buck are not always as thorough as they need to be to actually make sure they're doing the deal the right way.
Yeah.
Jerry, how many deals do you think you've done in your lifetime?
Hundreds and probably thousands. I've been doing this full-time for 15 years all across the US. So, a lot of deals. And you know what? You make a really good point. This strategy is about making short-term money right now. But every time you do a deal, if you want to make more money, you got to do another deal. It's exciting to kind of pad the bank account. But you can then also do some long-term strategies or reinvest that capital into long-term strategies.
There's a lot of people that are here, they're like, hey, I need quick cash, I'm gonna do a flip. And then a lot of people will come up with every X number of deals I do, I'm gonna park my money into a hold. For me, I'm buying a couple hundred homes every single year that, hey, I don't need the money today, I don't need the money tomorrow, but in 5 years, I'm expecting millions and millions and millions of dollars to come back to me. So that's my patient strategy. So if you can combine the make money now and the make money tomorrow together, this can definitely give you the tools that you need for having a very successful strategy and entryway into the game of real estate. And today, I couldn't think of anyone better than my good friend Jerry to really cover Flipping 101 and the 3 things that you need to actually get in the game.
Yeah, so let's keep it simple, right? We got 3 steps here. The very first step is what we call finding or, deals. It's getting that deal. And we often call that finding. And so what that means is I got to go out in my market or wherever I'm looking for deals, and I got to find that good deal. That's step number 1.
Now, by the way, on that first step, real quick, just give us a quick tip. What could someone do to actually find a good deal?
Well, in your market and wherever you live and whatever market you're doing, there are people right now that are looking to sell their property at a discount. So it's got money in it, margin in it to make money. And they just want to get rid of that property because they have something going on in their lives that's stressing them out financially. The property's distressed. And they are very motivated to sell that property at a discount to you.
And Jerry and I have shot some other videos, and what I want to do right here is just quickly synthesize some of the best strategies that I've been learning from Jerry and that we've both been engaging in. The first one I want to bring up real quick, the double dip.
That's a cool one.
That one is basically where you're going out to realtors that represent these good deals and say, hey, you can also represent me and get the full 6% commission. And now all of a sudden you become their favorite client, and they're all of a sudden, boom, they're bringing deals to you. What's another strategy that, Jerry, someone could use for also finding some good deals?
Well, you can build a referral network. We call those finders or bird dogs. It's people that can go out in your market, and when they identify, a vacant property or a neglected property or maybe a seller that's in financial distress, they can bring that to you and say, hey, here's this motivated seller I found, and you can pay them for that great deal.
Yeah, and that's actually one of my favorite strategies is just get the word out there and just say, hey, I got money, I'm looking for a deal, and I'll pay you to find it for me because I value what that is.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of strategies that you have, and then probably a third and very typical one is just go find real estate agents that specialize in finding good deals and say, hey, go to town and find me a great deal. So there's a number of ways to find a good deal. Real quick though, on flipping though, if you find a good deal, that doesn't mean it's the deal you're gonna do, right?
That's right.
I mean, how often do you find something that looks good on the outside and then you find out it's not?
Yeah, it could have all kinds of things going on with that deal.
And so that brings us to the second step, which is what we call analyze.
That's right. So what we have to do once we found that good deal is more than likely there's been some neglect going on. Sometimes not much. Sometimes it just needs cleaned up, maybe carpet and paint. Sometimes needs everything. Needs new kitchens, new baths, new flooring, new paint, new roofs. It could need a lot of things and anywhere in between. So what we need to do is we need to look at that deal and say, if I were to get that deal and then I were to turn around and fix it up at some extent and then put it back on the market and look for a retail buyer, a homeowner, what do all those numbers need to look like? Like how do I factor everything in so that I actually make a profit?
Yeah, and one of our other videos that's connected to this, you'll be able to actually see Jerry outlining his simple formula that he uses to determine if there's a good deal, what it's worth, what he'll need to offer, because you need to get it at a certain price that then factors in the repairs, factors in the carrying costs of the money, the closing costs, and your profit. And that will help you figure out, what does the sales price need to be? Is that realistic? What can I buy it for? Can I get it?
Yeah,
and
well,
everything in between.
I mean, the real question is, it's not, is it a good deal? The answer is yes, if you get it at the right price.
Right.
So what is that right price? Because anything's a good deal if you get it at the right price.
And if you can't get it at that price, you just got to walk.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you, the deal of the decade is coming along every single day. If you're looking in the market, you've got a great team finding, and if you know how to analyze. And at the end of the video, we are going to share with you a quick little hack that will actually show you how to wrap this whole system into something far simpler, actually find the deals for you, hand them off to other people, get paid up to $10,000, which is pretty cool.
That's a great point. A lot of people say there are no deals. What are you talking about? Yes,
yeah.
there are. That's a scarcity mindset.
Well, in the link in the description below, Jerry's actually, he's got a little bit of a training that he does online for you, and then he gives you full access to actually his free property finder. And what it'll do is it'll actually find the properties for you so that there's no excuses. As long as you live in the United States, his system works inside of America in every zip code, and will basically find all the under market value properties that you can then analyze. And that brings us to the third step, which is
funding.
This is kind of the fun one, because this is when you get paid.
That's right. So once we've got that deal, we've analyzed it, we're going to assume that we've now made an offer. We got that deal, we got a contract under that price. Well, if you're going to do a fix and flip, your next biggest obstacle is funding. Somehow you got to be able to pay for that property to buy it and fix it up.
You got to get some money.
Yep, bottom line.
And there's a number of ways that you can do that, and then there's actually like a really cool shortcut so you can avoid it. But I mean, the big one is, obviously, you can find people out there that have the money that can take it down cash. In one of our other videos, we actually talk about how you find cash buyers, and it's actually kind of let's just give them a little taste of it. It's a really cool ninja strategy where the MLS houses all the past deals, and you can sort through and find the ones that have actually bought cash in your area, and you could track down all of those buyers and say, hey, I got another deal, right?
That's right.
So that's one way of getting an all cash buyer. But you've got to be able to line up the money if you're going to do the whole flip. There is an alternative, though, where you can skip, think about it this way. If you've trapped $50,000 of profit, how would you like to walk away from 100% of the rest of the work, but maybe get paid a quick 10 grand? What's that called?
We call that wholesaling, and that's exactly it. You don't actually bring the money in to buy the deal. You don't manage it, do the rehab, find a buyer, none of those steps. You get to skip all of that, take a little bit of the profit, leave enough meat on the bone for the next guy, let them do all the work, and then you walk away, you take that little bit of money. And what's cool is, since it didn't take you any time tied up in that deal, you turn around and go do another one.
Yeah. So there are literally some people out there that are in the flipping game, and they're managing all of the rehab, all of the work, everything. And then we've got other people that say, I always skip that part. I take the safest portion of the profits, and I'm out of the deal. So whether the numbers were miscalculated, or maybe the market takes a downturn, or maybe it became more expensive, listen, I don't get the upside, I don't get the downside, because I took my money. And some people will literally specialize in wholesaling, and some people will say, no. I've gotten good enough at the flipping game that I actually know my numbers, and I'm good at it, and I know how to win in it.
But
so two options.
You know what's so cool, though, about that wholesaling strategy is when that closing takes place, you get paid right up front. Doesn't matter what that property does, doesn't matter what that investor ends up doing with it. You don't even care if they rent it, flip it. You don't care. You're out. You make that chunk of money, and you didn't have to deal with any of that hassle. That's a really exciting thing to do.
Friends, what we were really talking about today, when I look at how I retired at 26, and now I'm back in the game doing more real estate than ever before. Last year was my most profitable year in real estate I've ever had in my life. When I look at what this has afforded me, because in my life, it's allowed me to travel around the world. It's allowed me to live in beautiful homes and drive nice cars and put my kids in whatever schooling that I want and customizing their education. Some of life's most precious memories for me come from the fact that there's always been an abundance of money. And that's because I got in the game of real estate. And that's really what we're talking about today. It is a game. It does have rules, and you need to learn those rules. And if for you the game is, Kris, I want to get into the game of flipping, then you need a mentor. You need someone that can take you by the hand, show you the ropes, show you what a good deal is, what a bad deal is, help you find them. And I'm suggesting today that mentor for you is Mr. Jerry Norton. And the reason why is because this is his 15-year game. My 15-year game is holding homes over the long haul, and I'm patient. For those of you that are like, I need to make money now.
ADD?
Yeah, well, maybe. But it's,
although you have ADD, so.
well, right? I mean, I can't tell if sometimes it's ADD and sometimes it's like compulsive disorder. Because I can't tell. I think I've got everything. But the reason why I'm suggesting Jerry is because he's designed a software that will actually help you find the very best deals. His training will teach you how to analyze and make sure it's got the proper numbers on it. And he'll even pay you $10,000 when you did the work to find the deal to actually not flip it. But if you want to flip it, there's additional training and resources that will make sure that you do that the right way. He really is the master of this niche. And if you want to learn more about what that looks like, click the link in the description below, sign up for his free training online, go through and have him share with you, and then give him, right there, he's going to give you access. Here's the way, he's not going to charge you for that. He will give you the access. Right now you're getting 1,500 to 2,000 people every week that are actually downloading your software for free. They're doing deals. You never hear from some of them ever again, but they're making money. Guys, Jerry's creating some real crazy, awesome value in the world. And I recommend him as a mentor to you.
And you know what, Kris? You might be thinking, well, why would you give me that for free? Here's why. I'm hoping that you'll go find deals and you'll bring them to me. I'll pay you $10,000, but I'm hoping you'll use that software to bring me deals. I'll pay you for them. So I've got a real, personal motivation for doing this.
Well, and it's kind of cool. I like aligning with Jerry because on the one hand, sometimes he's just helping people and they're growing and he'll never get anything out of it. And then there are other people where he might make $50,000 on the flip after giving them $10,000. That's a huge financial win to you. And that's also a financial win to someone that is a beginner or an expert just preferring that particular strategy. So that's what I love about real estate is that it's not always a win-win situation, but there's always room for one. And what you've created is a win-win. And when you can create a win for the investor and for the mentor and for everybody, dude, that's a win-win-win all the way around. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to the game of real estate and you're not a subscriber, correct that right now. Click the link, make sure that you subscribe. And if you want to see more videos with Jerry teaching you other aspects of flipping, we want you to comment on that below. Otherwise, your next step is to click the link in the description, get access to that number crunching tool, start accessing the best deals, take your next step towards making your first $10,000 in real estate.